Hello and welcome to episode 33 of our Surakesh campaign. In the last episode, we were finally able to get the religious unity that we needed to complete one of our mission trees. We just barely got over it. And so we were able to complete one sun over Surakesh and get through all these missions in one episode, which is pretty crazy. Right now, we are waiting for our absolutism to get up to 40. And then we also need to have 100 Republican tradition, 3 promoted cultures, and 60 merchant guild loyalty, and 100% religious unity. Or, one of the five must be true, we need to have cultural unity, cultural recognition act, and religious unity. So either way, we actually need religious unity, which is somewhat unfortunate. Because I was planning on, for the spread of rebellionism, to let us hear what they have to say to lower the chosen rule, because that was something that I wanted to do eventually. But I think that we're just going to have to go with allow them to stay as long as they behave, because I really got to make sure I stay over that religious unity cap. Where are we for absolutism? We're pretty close. Are there any rebels that would like to be put down? No, unfortunately there is not, so we will just have to wait. Merchant guilds being loyal, that can happen. If we develop that, that will make them get to the point where they're loyal. Good. And then we also need lots of Republican tradition, because it needs to be 100. So let's go ahead and strengthen government a bunch of times. Let's say that we will allow them to stay as long as they behave. Unfortunate, but so be it. We are also in a war against Ehodvar and Verkogulan, trying to take these two very important trade provinces. That way they stop draining all of our money out of our country. We also have a lot of money. Let's go ahead and spend it on building up a bunch of government buildings to lower that cap. Who knows, maybe we can end up stating some more if we do this enough. A lot of clicking. There we go. Okay. Yes. We are dealing with some rebels that popped up because we revoked some land, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and go back to unpausing here. Duran is in a civil war. Sounds like a Duran problem. We are playing Surakesh. We don't even know who frickin' Duran is, really. Nullish majority expelled. Nice. Alright, we have taken the capital province. That's what we wanted to do. We need to move forward. We are also sieging down up here for Hol Jorkad. They have a very, very strong fort, but we are just blasting through it anyways. We're going up against a dwarven fort. We are sieging very quickly. And we lost the siege of this province because they just walked onto it. It looks like most of their troops are actually in this area, so let's be careful and not just throw away all of our troops. That would probably be a good idea. Okay, don't really care if Bjarnrik is getting attacked. Literally don't care at all. Go ahead and throw down a defensive edict. That's the word. Defensive edict. Also, this is only 9 to fully state, so we'll go ahead and do that. Why not? Alright, it's only 3 development. Alright, let's... oh boy. How do we deal with this is the question. Actually go down to speed 4 here. Fighting in the tunnels can be very painful if you don't do it right. As you get a... is it a -1 or 2? -1 attack roll, so it's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was 2. But it's still better to be cautious anyways. Now, Verkogulan, I just want your capital. That's it. That's all I want. Right? I don't think they have any other... no, they do not have any other trade stuff. What? Oh, okay. I was like, what? I literally just said to ask you for that, and you said yes. We'll also take war reps and some money. Thank you. That gets rid of 28,000 troops. That is going to make our life a little bit easier, at least. And then in this, all I want is a direct connection your capital. Maybe I take the roads as well. Yeah. Take the roads. So I should have taken that from Vorkukulan. Oh well. Can always come back for them later if we so desire. Actually, force... No. Don't force march, because I want to spend my military points on strengthening the government. Gotta get that up to 100. Goblin refugees, you are welcome to join. You are at 200 and you are at 200. Just want to make sure that we keep our relations with our vassals high. They are slightly disloyal to their size. That is okay. We have ways to keep them loyal, even if they do decide that perhaps they wish to rebel. Alright, well that went way better than I thought it was going to. Like straight up, just way better than I thought it was going to. Alright, what is our war goal? Segrad. Alright, so I need to come back and take that. Let's send these 63 to do it. These 33,000, which is the mercenary group, they can take it as they go. Take these roads as they go, I should say. Alright, yes, if they want to engage onto this province, that's fine. Because we get big bonuses here. This is a -2. Also, let's force march over to reinforce just in case we do need it. Let's let them lock in. Perfect. Also, did I just say the command got a claim on me? Yes. I thought they already had that claim. I could have been wrong. But they are, yeah, they want my land. So we'll see. We'll see if they get testy and decide to attack me with 500,000 troops. Let's hope not. Harpy clan provides tribute. What? Why would I lose money? Recently, a local official has fallen in love with a local harpy. The matriarch of the harpies, recognizing that this is a fairly awkward situation for Surakesh, has sent us an envoy with various trinkets and artifacts in order to secure our approval for the match. Oh, so we can send them a gift in return. No, thank you. I don't want to give you money, you kidding me? You think money is cheap? No, I need money. I don't make enough. I only make 219 ducats a month. I need more. More. Alright, hold Dracad. 59 war score. Okay. Let's break your alliance with everyone. Just breaking alliances. Keep having to fight you over and over and over again. There we go. Alright, move these troops back into Bulwar proper. No reason to have them up there in the mountains. This war is, I mean, it's essentially over. We've got no allies left. We can go ahead and split these into smaller stacks. Just so we can start getting those occupations and get that war exhaustion rising. Perfect. We get a age ability. Well, only one left, so might as well click it. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a completion of some development. Go ahead and encourage development. And also, let's go ahead and get local goods produced. There we go. Also gives us a nice chunk of money. That makes the merchant guilds loyal. Obviously, my religious unity is still right there. I need to have at least 3 promoted cultures. I have 6, so I definitely qualify for that one. I think it's just a Republican tradition. I think that's it. One more click and we should be good to go. Yeah, continue. I don't want to peace out until after I click that button. As I do not know how my religious unity is going to... Damn. That is unfortunate timing that election pops up right now. As I'm wanting to get less... Actually, my vassals got that, no problem. As I want to get more Republican tradition. We might have enough, actually. On the year tick? Please give me enough on the year tick. I believe. Yes! Let's go. Easy. Easy. Wasn't even worried about it. Alright, Surakeshi nationalism. If one were to look at a modern map of Bulwar, all they would see is Surakesh. If one were to go to Bulwar, however, one does not see the Surakeshi. One sees Bahari, Brasani, Gelkars, Xanites, Zerani, Copper Dwarves, and Sun Elves. This is a problem. The state will only survive if its people believe in that state and what it represents. And for the state to represent them, they need to have one cohesive identity, Surakeshi. So all of our Bulwari, Copper Dwarf, and Sun Elven provinces will gain the Surakeshi nationalism modifier. What is that? Take a look here. The Sun Elf? No? Surakeshi nationalism. Local unrest and local production efficiency. Okay, that's fine. Alright, Daughters of Firanya. We must own every Harpy province in Bulwar. We must own at least 5 provinces with Harpy minority, or we must expel all Harpy minorities. I think we expel them all. I don't think we have any. Well, we definitely don't have any Harpy majority. Just kidding, we do. We did not expel the ones over here. Okay, cool. So the Harpies of the Northern Hills are one of the 3 major monstrous races that live in our realm. They steal our men and take any shiny things they find, but they are also swift and have the obvious benefit of flight, and make excellent diplomats and messengers when they have the mind for it. We must determine what is to be done with them, so that our northern borders and peoples may know peace. The Harpies of the Harpy Hills have been in Bulwar at least as long as humans have. They have even ruled this land once during the reign of the Harpy Queendom under Firanya, the supposed mother of all Harpies. Yes, they fly down from their hills to steal our men sometimes, but they have none of their own, and we certainly weren't giving them any, so in hindsight it is hard to blame them. But there have been many other transgressions between our people in the past, both far and recent. Now that they are part of our nation, we must decide how to deal with them. So the land belongs to the Bulwari, or they can keep their lands. I think they're technically oppressed. Yeah, I think we're gonna get rid of the Harpies. I think we say goodbye to the Harpies. We have not had a good time with them. Also, that fort fell, which is not good. Alright, next mission. Deliver us. The goblins that reside in Bahar are one of the monstrous races that live within our borders. They raid and loot along the coast from their mountain holdings, but they are also a very industrious race, prone to great feats of invention. We must determine what to do with them so that the Bahari coast might be freed from their raiding. The goblins that came out of the Serpent Spine Mountains during the Green Tide have wreaked much havoc. Relative newcomers to Bulwar, they carved out a small area of Bahar for themselves fairly quickly, though many find them untrustworthy and deceitful. We have learned that this is not necessarily their inherent nature, simply the way they had to live under the brutal yoke of the orcs before their abandonment. Most will admit, when pressed, that they are rather industrious folk. As part of our nation now, we must decide what to do with them. The land belongs to the Bulwari, or they can keep their lands. I think we're going to keep their lands. Yeah. We like the Gobos now, right? We have some goblin provinces right here. Yeah, we're chill. Chill. The Knoll question. The Knolls of the southern hills and southeastern deserts are one of the monstrous races that live within our lands and are constant irritation for our government. They raid, they enslave, they pillage, but they are also strong and willful and good soldiers, and in some places have been known to live side by side with their human neighbors in peace. We must determine what is to be done with them for the good of the nation. Gnolls. Hated throughout most of the known world as slavers and demon spawn. It was not until the arrival of the Xiaobain that they actually began to worship their supposed ancestors. They did oppress us for centuries, but then again, so did the elves, and yet we live side by side with them. Perhaps we could give them a chance. We must decide. One way or the other. Nah, get out of here, Knolls. You kidding me? Alright, now I just need admin power. Let's go ahead and keep our ruler. He's really good. Alright, that is 60% war score. We're not quite there yet, surprisingly. Let's just go ahead and siege down all of it. All of his, like, main territory. Does he have another ally in the war that I'm missing? He does. Abdel Khanzad. Oh. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. That's fine. Are you at war with the command by any chance? No. Oh, he's got gold. Wow, that is a lot of copper. My god. Oh my god. Is there like a high chance for copper to spawn here? Because that's insane. What's that region called? It is the Tree of Stone. I thought maybe it was like called something to do with copper, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Alright. Really? Rebellion missionaries arrive in the capital, so this is about the religious incident. The caravan is innocuous. It largely consists of Busalari iron and wood, not an uncommon product in the markets of Rayuel. At first glance, the only oddity is the thick black robes worn by some of its attendants. They must be roasted in the Bulwari heat, the dark fabric drinking in Surael's blazing light and heat. But of course, this is not just any merchant caravan, and these are not just any visitors from out of town. These are rebellion missionaries, including even a lesser veridical among their number. They are not merely transiting through. It seems they have bought a small house on the outskirts of Rayuel and converted it into a school temple. The artificer trinkets they show off there draw a decent crowd, who cannot help but hear about the one god who, the missionaries claim, has provided these wonders and its demand that its magic be free to all. Already, many local priests are condemning the rebellion's work as a distraction, or worse, from the proper respect due to hell. How should the Great Maharaja, these newcomers? We can happily learn from them. So we actually gain some leader points, doesn't matter. But it reaches tech cost. We can let them stay, their knowledge might be beneficial to the city, or we must defend our faith, expel them. Just let them stay. We're not like anti-rebellionism, we're just, I want to complete my mission very badly. Ism. That's what matters to me. Alright, they are willing to peace out. But I want more, so I guess not. Guess not. They'll be ready to peace out here momentarily. Let's send these 60,000 troops over. These guys can pull back a little bit. Let's make sure we are still converting. Alright, and that is what is a Bulwari. Mission completed. Now that we have determined what to do with the various monstrous races that lay within our borders, it is time to address the broader question of what it means to be Bulwari. The answer to this question will change how many in our nation perceive themselves, but we must be certain of the path we take. Bulwari is the name given to the human cultures throughout Bulwar. There are the Bahari of the north, the Brasani of the Saran Delta, the Gelkars of the Harpy Hills, the Zanites of the river valleys, the far-off Maketi of the Gulls on Rahen, and the Surani of far Bulwar. But what does it mean to be Bulwari? Some would say that it is to be human from these lands, but what about the non-humans who live here, the dwarves and elves and other races? Perhaps the best answer to the question, what does it mean to be Bulwari, is be part of Surakesh. Any who live in Surakesh are Bulwari. So we gain local unrest and plus 2.5% local production efficiency in one of our provinces. We gain a goblin minority size because I think we accepted them, so we got more of them. And then another province gets the same thing. Cool. Alright, so the Gardens of Surakesh. I need admin power. Okay, this is not good. I need a lot of admin points. Yeah, sure, let them in. Need admin points for the peace deal. There we go. Beautiful. National decisions. We could upgrade rails and stuff. Let's go ahead and just get that out. Reconstruction of the old canals? Sure, we will start the reconstruction of the old canals in Bulwar. Sounds good to me. Riddance, goblin refugees. What admin policies do we have? Development cost, yearly province tradition. Let's take that one out, actually. Make a little bit more admin power here. Alright, and we are just going to fill out here on speed 5 now, as we wait to get the admin points needed to core and to do the missions and all of that. But I'm keeping an eye on the command. Command, don't think that I have written you off. God, it's a strong command. Alright, more Nolish minorities are expelled. Poiuymew, thank you for the money. Make it so much money. And also, yes, most of the trade is now being brought in the correct direction, which is into our pockets and not the dwarven pockets. Innocence unspared. Okay. Cool. No, let's just make sure we're converting things that we don't need to core up. Go address those rebels. Oh, you were Drake separatists. Oh, okay. Oh, they popped up over here and walked over. I was confused. I was like, definitely not because their country got full annexed or anything like that. All right, another religious incident thing. A marvel of Azandaru glass. There's no event more tragic in Azandaru than when glass pane is dropped in transit from an artisan's workshop to the merchant who has paid a small fortune for the city's distinctive product. The red sheet shatters in an instant, a beautiful work transformed irrevocably into glittering shards that litter the ground, like scattered rubies or a spray of blood. It is enough to make a glassblower weep, and to see the offending porter banished forever, even if it only happens once a decade at most. What then will be the reaction now that the secret of Azandaru glass has itself been shattered forever? The master glassblower was entranced of the rebellion entranced of the rebellion whisperings that arrived in the city with Busolari merchants, and heard the god fragment's truth that magic must be made accessible to all, and that the day of ashen skies was the product of magic being stolen and hoarded to heart. The implication was then obvious for the magic of his craft. Working with the local rebellion society, he wrote the method of Azandaru glass. The admixture of gold salts at a precise point in the glass forming process results in that distinctive red shade, into a manual, which was then distributed to rebellion societies across Canor and beyond. Azandaru's secret has been forever lost, even if the city's name still bears an associated prestige. But it is the great Marash Edelar that looks to the future, and must figure out what to do with the pieces. Could Surakesh just move on, ignoring the rebellion's crime here? Could punitive actions be taken with either a surgeon's scalpel or a butcher's knife? One thing everyone knows, after glass is shattered, tread carefully, lest she be cut to pieces by the shards. So we could go ahead and imprison him, or Glorious Enterprise. The province gets less trade value. I mean, what's done is done, right? We can imprison this dude, but like, what's done is done. We can't bring back that secret. I guess everybody gets better glass now. Whatever. We will survive. Lore attack Plum Wall. We got some more separatists. Let's move on over to deal with them. Also move these mercenaries there. You need to go far away, because there is nowhere over there that has enough support. Get both of you into Bulwar, so that way you can drill together. Get that army professionalism rising. Lesson from Brisson: a commitment to true justice, blind to nation, religion, or tradition, has proven popular with most portions of our population. Grievances against our rule are greatly reduced. National unrest and yearly corruption reduction. Oh, this is from the other event where we chose the... Oh, what was it? From one of our missions, we got to choose a province where that would get bonuses, and that's what it is. The lesson from Brisson: we have found many marvelous treasures from excavating the docklands around the Brisson. After isolating and draining the docklands, an incredible feat made possible by Sarani irrigation experts, canal engineers from Bulwar, and dwarven mechanical expertise, we were able to begin dredging through the silt to find many secrets long buried. Vessels thought lost to time, bodies, both humanoid and otherwise, and successively deeper remains of the past harbors of Brisson. That'd be kind of terrifying. Right now it produces glass, but what wondrous treasures will we unearth? Games tier will now be produced in Brisson. 18 production development games tier is going to be worth a lot of money. That is going to be worth a lot of money on its own. Does not need to be supported. That could fund a small nation. Alright, yep. Convert the Jad. Don't want the Jad around here. See here. So it's looking like God Lost. They don't really convert much. Seems that they probably just have tolerance or some kind of state way to deal with it. They don't convert. Good government policies. Ooh, 1 stability or 10 army tradition. I'm gonna go with that army tradition. Grab a general. Wow, we got trash generals. That's okay. Go ahead and fire you, I suppose. Diplomatic insult from the command. We'll take that. We're not dumb. We're not going to go to war over something as small as an insult. And, man, I always do that. I always hire a bunch of generals, and then I fire them all, and then the next month, a general will die. It's just the way it works. Alright, the Gardens of Surakesh. Long ago, the god kings of Bulwar were known to keep great gardens, and tending to them was seen as a very civilized pastime. Tablets and steles from those times tell us how they saw gardens as a sanctuary from the chaos of the world, a demonstration of man's ability to tame nature in the world around him. They saw their kingdoms as gardens as well, a unified, organized sanctuary within the chaos of the world, with the monarch as its gardener, tending to its needs and ensure its growth is unfettered, but also directed. We have the funds and control to do the same now. The whole of the Saran River Valley could be made to have fine, expansive gardens with great walls surrounding them from the outside world like those of ancient Bulwar, irrigated by the river and tended by the local lords and peoples. The gardens themselves are already there, of course. They need only be expanded and walled off. We're gonna, like, privatize the walls? The Garden of Surakesh? I don't know how you, like, say this without the sh sound in it. The walls are finished, and the master gardeners are already beginning to teach classes to all who wish to learn on the finer points of tending a garden, and what it truly means to be a gardener. Soon these sanctuaries will be known throughout the world as unparalleled places of peace and tranquility and order. Kings and queens will travel from far and wide to have a stroll through the gardens along the Saran, and they will see that our whole nation is as well-tended garden, precise, organized, peaceful. So, Saran River Province Group gets blessed land until the end of the game, giving plus 10% local goods produced, and there is a 25% chance to gain additional development when developing this province. Well, that's cool. Now, that's a lot of provinces. Does it show up as like a trade good here? No, it's just a thing right here. Blessed land. That's a lot. Like this entire river. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. A golden road. So for this, we just need to have completed the golden highway, like we have. The golden highway, constructed by Jahair to provide infrastructure for his conquest to the east and to connect the eventual lands of the Phoenix Empire, have fallen into disrepair. If we were to rebuild them, then trade, pilgrims, travelers, and soldiers could move with ease across our nation. Plus, it would do a lot for our global image to be the ones that restored the golden highway. So for 20 years, we gain plus 25% caravan hour. Now, a golden sea lane. We need to have 100 light ships. And we need to control Eberthil and Nathaler's trade. 40% of it. Okay. That we can do. We can make that work. Also, that's still in the Empire, huh? Okay. Let's see. That's something that I can look at in between episodes, as we are kind of getting along in time here. I think going to war with Build-A-Surakeš is in our future. Well, no. Going to war with Catarata. I do love going to war with Catarata. Is what we're going to do. We're going to take the province of Eberthil. Very strong trade node. Taking Port Jahair will also be very valuable, as we just need to control the trade in the Divin Hall. What else do we have to do? Looking forward. We need to develop all provinces in the River Cities group to 25. They all need to have a temple. Okay. And then all provinces in the Borders of Bulwar province group need to have a star fort. And one of the following must be true. Any ally must be dwarven. And they must like me a lot. And Abdel Tunger has a dig level at least 4. Well, it was a good run. Yeah. I don't know. Once again, this just isn't digging by itself. I don't know what to do about that. But we do have a dwarven ally, luckily, so we'll improve with him, and we will do as much of the mission tree as we can. But that is where I'm going to wrap it up for today. I would like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.